By the time that organizations start going back, because we've seen a lot of the organizations that we work with penciling in their schedule on their website. By the time they get back, it'll almost be a year or maybe even over a year. What are some of the situations, the business challenges that these organizations will face once they go back to live performance?
Well, as you pointed out, people are penciling in schedules. I mean, the number one factor is uncertainty at this is just the uncertainty of the times. Are you going to be able, when you build that season, are you going to be able to actually execute that season? So a lot of companies, if you think about a time of year, usually after the first of the year, January, February, March, arts organizations are beginning to finalize their programming, finalize their budgets, and thinking about putting together subscription campaigns. Well, what happens in a traditional subscription campaign? Well, usually with a portion of your audience, new subscribers, new acquisitions, you do a glossy brochure, or you put together a campaign where you do direct mail and email and all of that. Well, that's sinking a whole lot of money into a campaign that you may not have. Remember, you've not been producing anything for a year. You probably have a smaller staff. You have fewer resources, financial resources. You have the uncertainty of, are you going to have a season in the fall of 2021? I think some parts of the country will have a season. Other parts of the country may have to hold off until the spring of 2022. So your resources are really constrained. Also, I want to clear up a fallacy, though, and you and I have talked about this. There is this fallacy that, if we do printed programs, we're not even sure we can do that because the organizations, the corporations that we work with don't want to buy advertising because they don't have any money. That's a huge fallacy that I want to disavow people of. Yeah. Remember, the fundamental rule of business is in business to make money. And the only way you make money is to attract new customers and retain your old customers and grow them. Again, along that customer journey. I sound a bit like a broken record, but that customer journey is so important.
Right.
This time more than ever, those folks who have advertised in your printed program over the years are going to be chomping at the bit to advertise in a digital program because they've got to acquire new people and they've got to acquire them fast. Right. Think about all the restaurants that are around performing arts centers that have lost money. Think about all those ancillary businesses that impact the arts or that intersect with the arts that need to attract business. They're looking for you to ask because they want to advertise. And if you're able to say to them, well, look, Mr. or Mrs. Business Owner, we're not just going to give you a printed program, we're going to do a digital program, and we actually want to construct your marketing campaign with you so that when a customer clicks on that digital ad, you get the information.
Right. Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, the game has changed at a time in which it's so important. Also, we talk about that fact that, a lot of arts organizations, and it's tragic, we've all had to lay off our staffs. If you weren't selling any tickets, you probably didn't need a box office staff. If you weren't doing any events, you might have laid off all your marketing people. Right now, one of the great things that you all offer in Audience Access is the ability to actually design the programs for folks and actually help them sell the advertising. That at a time as an executive director, when I'm balancing all of these things over here with regard to artistic choices and budgets for paying for that and fundraising, again, getting back to those core competencies, I need help in marketing, whether it's my event programs, you can use Audience Access for your subscription brochure. There's lots of opportunities, and the folks at On Stage are there to help you be that bridge, because you can't just go out and hire an entire marketing team, to suddenly come back in. You don't have the resources. And so during this time in which you're trying to relaunch your organization, you're resource constrained, I see what you guys are doing at On Stage and Audience Access with the digital program is being instrumental in helping us be able to relaunch our organizations and be important as we move forward again.